Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our channel. Agatha Harkness is a central character in Wanda Vision and one of the most powerful witches in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU. Here's a deeper look at her role and background in the show. Agatha is initially introduced as Agnes, Wanda and Vision's nosy, quirky neighbor in Westview. Throughout the early episodes, she appears in various sitcom settings, often helping Wanda or adding comic relief. However, her true identity and motives are revealed later in the series. We are going to recaps. Wanda Vision is a Marvel TV series that aired on Disney Plus in early 2021. It's set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU, and centers on two beloved characters, Wanda Maximoff, Scarlet Witch, and Vision. Wanda Vision is set after the events of Avengers: Endgame, 2019. Vision, who was killed in Avengers: Infinity War, 2018, is mysteriously alive and living with Wanda in a town called Westview. The show begins as a black-and-white 1950s-style sitcom, with each episode progressing through different decades of TV history, from the 1950s to the 2000s. The format seems odd at first, but it becomes clear that there's something deeper and unsettling happening beneath the surface. As the series unfolds, we learn that Wanda has created an alternate reality in Westview, trapping its residents in her illusion. Wanda is using her powers to cope with her immense grief over Vision's death, creating an idyllic life where he is still alive. However, her control over this world isn't perfect, and the cracks in her illusion become more evident as outside forces, SWRD and other characters, intervene to try to break through her constructed reality. Episode 1, filmed before a live studio audience. The show starts in the 1950s sitcom style, where Wanda Maximoff, Scarlet Witch, and Vision live an idyllic suburban life in Westview. They try to fit in while hiding their powers. The episode revolves around a dinner with Vision's boss, Mr. Hart, which goes awkwardly when strange events happen, such as Mr. Hart choking and Wanda seemingly manipulating time to save him. The episode ends with someone watching them on a monitor, implying something isn't right. Episode 2, Don't Touch That Dial. Now set in the 1960s, Wanda and Vision participate in a neighborhood talent show. Vision accidentally swallows gum, making him act strangely. Their magic act during the show ends up using their real powers, but they cleverly disguise it as tricks. Toward the end, Wanda discovers a toy helicopter in color, and they encounter a beekeeper emerging from a manhole. Wanda rewinds time, and things return to normal, but the world begins to shift to color. Episode 10, Now in Color. Set in the 1970s, Wanda's pregnancy accelerates, and she gives birth to twins, Tommy and Billy. Her powers start acting out, and Vision notices strange things, like their neighbors acting oddly. When Monica Rambeau, who had befriended Wanda, mentions Ultron, Wanda's past trauma, Wanda expels her from Westview, revealing that Wanda has control over the town. Episode 4, We interrupt this program. This episode shifts perspectives to the real world, where Monica Rambeau, a SWRD agent, returns after being blipped by Thanos. Monica investigates Westview and gets sucked into Wanda's alternate reality. The episode explains that Wanda has trapped the town inside her sitcom-inspired reality, and SWRD sets up an operation outside the Hex barrier to figure out what's going on. Episode 5, On a Very Special Episode. Set in the 1980s, Wanda and Vision's twins grow up rapidly, reaching the age of 10 within a day. Vision becomes suspicious as he notices things that don't add up. Meanwhile, SWRD tries to contact Wanda, but she confronts them, warning them to stay out of Westview. The episode ends with a shocking twist. Wanda's brother, Pietro, recast as Evan Peters' version from the X-Men movies, shows up at the door. Episode 6, All New Halloween Spooktacular. Set in the 1990s and early 2000s, this episode parodies Halloween sitcom specials. Wanda and Pietro take the twins trick-or-treating, while Vision explores the outer edges of Westview, finding people frozen and barely functioning. He tries to break out of the Hex, but it nearly kills him. Wanda expands the Hex to save him, swallowing more of the outside world into her reality. Episode 7, Breaking the Fourth Wall. In the 2010s mockumentary style, Wanda struggles to control the expanding hex, and Vision teams up with Darcy Lewis, who is now also inside the hex. Monica re-enters Westview and gains superpowers in the process. The episode ends with a reveal that Agatha Harkness, a witch and Wanda's nosy neighbor, has been behind many strange events, including Pietro's appearance. Episode Art, previously on. This episode delves into Wanda's backstory. Agatha forces Wanda to relive key moments in her life, including her childhood in Sokovia, her time in Hydra's experiments, and her grief over Vision's death. It is revealed that Wanda created the Hex and Westview's alternate reality out of immense grief after losing Vision. The episode ends with Agatha declaring Wanda to be the fabled Scarlet Witch. Episode 9, the series finale. In the finale, Wanda battles Agatha, who wants to steal her magic. Vision fights the White Vision, a version of him created by SWRD. Wanda learns to embrace her identity as the Scarlet Witch and defeats Agatha by using runes to nullify her magic. Meanwhile, Wanda's Vision unlocks the White Vision's memories, causing him to regain his original self-awareness and fly away. Wanda realizes that she must free Westview, even if it means losing her family. She takes down the Hex, and Vision, along with her children, disappear. In the post-credits scenes, Monica is invited to space by a Skrull, and Wanda is seen studying the Darkhold in a secluded cabin, preparing for future battles. Conclusion: Wanda Vision's impact on the MCU. Wanda Vision explores grief, trauma, and identity through a unique blend of superhero and sitcom elements. Wanda's acceptance of her role as the Scarlet Witch and her immense magical powers sets the stage for future MCU projects like Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
जिसके बाद वो एगाथा को उसके एग्नेस पर्सोना में उससे मिलना चाहता है। पोस्ट क्रेडिट सीन में हम वांडा को देखते हैं अपने